makes this concept of Sue so empowering, so inspiring, so amazing? I knew even before the very first Sue talk, this was something I had to be a part of. So the day came, I took a double dose of migraine medication, a short nap, and then I powered through 1 hour of traffic just so I could say I was there. Well, it was everything I had imagined. After inspiration, laughter, and a few tears, I drove home with a horrible knot in my stomach. It wasn't because I was squinting through the blinding headlights. There was something wrong with Sue. Wait a minute. Who doesn't want to be empowering? Who doesn't want to be successful? Who doesn't want to be unstoppable? So, when I think of empowering, I envision Maya Angelou, Mother Teresa. Well, I'm really not very poetic, and I most certainly don't want to live anywhere other than San Diego. So, what about unstoppable? Unstoppable, I imagine a force of nature. I imagine Margaret Thatcher, Eleanor Roosevelt, women way before their time. I really don't like politics, though. Enough said. So why don't I just start with success, and all that other stuff that can come later, okay? Even as a little girl, I can remember thinking, I want to be just like her. I want to be strong. I want to be independent. I want to be powerful. And I want to change the world. But how am I going to do that? Well, I'm not stupid. So maybe if I get really good grades, I can get an amazing job, make a lot of money, and then I can change the world. Well, the funny thing is I can tell you the exact second that seed of burning desire was planted inside of me. It was the very first memory I have of my father. It was a crowded day at the park. Those were the days when you dressed in your Sunday best to go out somewhere. Anybody remember that? You know, my dad was handsome. I even had a friend who told me, your dad looks like Elvis. I am not talking about the 1975 Viva Las Vegas Elvis. We're talking blue suede shoes, hound dog. Yeah, got the picture? So back to the park. It was really crowded, and I was afraid I might get lost, so I reached out to grab his hand. At that minute, he switched his cigarette to his left hand and burned me. Funny thing is, I really don't remember the pain as much as I do remember the argument that followed. My mother yelled at him. She said, "You did that on purpose." Well, he didn't deny it. You see, he didn't want to be seen in public like that. It just didn't fit his image. I guess you could say we were never very close. Fast forward a couple of years, and I remember another argument. I was sitting on my bed, and from across the hall I could hear yelling. I heard him very clearly say, "I don't want more kids. I will not be disappointed in another girl." Well, that did it for me. I was not going to be a disappointment. I was going to be strong. I was going to be independent. I was going to be a success. And I was. Good grades, got them. Goals, hit it. Any of you know that, Sue? Otherwise known as a bull in a china shop? Hurricane Lenka left a path of destruction right behind her. But you know what? The funny thing is, I didn't want to leave people behind. I actually wanted them to get on that success train with me. I said, come on, get it, do it. You can do it. Even when I got my pom-poms out, rah, rah, I believe in you. They just looked at me. You don't know how many times I heard some form of, yeah, but you don't know my story. Well, I'm certainly not going to spout my daddy wasn't nice to me story, because success was the thing. Success was the end goal. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You see, for me, if I was successful, maybe he wouldn't be disappointed. Maybe he wouldn't be unhappy. Maybe he'd love me. Maybe he'd want me. Unfortunately, that goal would never be reached. Because on January 2nd, 1981, shortly before my 13th birthday, mental illness took my father's life. But even after that day, success was still the goal. I didn't even know why. I graduated at the top of my class in high school. I worked 40-hour weeks to put myself through UCSD, and I got a degree in optical physics. And then somehow, I became an investment advisor rep. I don't know. The economy, something. Anyway, so that was where I met this one client who was so stuck in her story. She just couldn't see anything was going to work for her. It just was so bad. I couldn't get through to her no matter what. Well, finally, out of desperation, I told her a bit of my story, okay? And then I saw this horror go across her face. But then she exhaled, and her face changed. At that minute, I saw it in her eyes. She saw the possibility of survival, not success, not yet. But tomorrow would come. Interesting thing is that for me, Unstoppable changed after that. Unstoppable wasn't pushing through everything. Unstoppable meant taking setbacks in stride, learning, and then taking one more step forward. That was it. That's what Sue got wrong. That's what set my stomach in knots that first Sue talk. Success doesn't make you unstoppable and empowering. It's not until you empower someone to be unstoppable that you are a real success. Well, it might be too late for me to change the roots of my focus of success, right now, I can enjoy the fruits. I have two beautiful daughters who know that what they choose success to look like is what it will be for them. I have a husband who thinks that ambition is sexy. I was even recognized by my company in Forbes magazine as being one of their top investment advisor reps. So, why am I telling you this? Success without a successor is failure. I don't need you to understand why it is that I still have trouble holding someone's hand. I don't actually need you to forgive me when I do slip back into my reckless ways. Looking forward, I am simply asking, who will you help? Now that doesn't mean I'm going to ask you to stand up on a stage in front of a couple hundred people and tell your most painful childhood memories. Seriously, who does that sort of thing? I just want to know, will you be willing to hold the hand of a lost little girl? Will you look past that hurricane to explain there might be a different definition for unstoppable? You see, I truly believe that guiding the next generation of Sioux is what's going to make all of our lives